Hello, people. Hello there. This is Big Boss Calvin 83. I have to just get this off my chest. And there's a lot of stuff I got to get off my chest because I've been being trolled by these fraudulent, black, conscious females who are actually feminists, black feminists. But, I'm going to discuss that in a separate video. And because I got into kind of a minor debate with Cynthia G. Y'all know who she is. And people, and you got these feminists and these females who are actually feminists talking about they're conscious, but they're not really conscious. But they're going to take up on women. Women will stick together even if a bitch is in the fucking wrong. And that's just the way it is. I'm just so sick and tired. The problem with the so-called black community is this. The problem with the so-called black community is this. You cannot have a revolution and expect things to change by women running shit. It's not gonna fucking happen. I don't give a shit how educated and how strong women are. They can't do it. Come on. I'm watching the DL. I'm listening to DL Hughley talk about strong women. This dude, I can't. What the hell? What the hell are you talking about? You're defending Steve Harvey. You're defending his coonery. You excuse Bill Maher for using the fucking N-word and saying it was okay, and you give these so-called non-black comedians that you were friends with a fucking pass to be racist towards us or prejudice. When you can't deal with other ethnic groups of color, like George Lopez, when he said don't date a black, when he said basically, I don't know what he said word for word, I forgot. When he says in the Mexican culture, you don't date a black person. It's no different than the Asian culture, East Indian culture, Arab culture. You don't date a black person. And now we may let it slide if their son dates a so-called black woman, but we have an issue if our daughters date a so-called black men. We don't talk about when you got these color-struck, self-hating brown people, other ethnic people of color who with self-hate issues and want to deny their African ancestry, is a fucking problem. When you excuse Jews for being racist, when you excuse Caucasian people for being racist and saying bigoted things to so-called black people, that's a fucking problem. I got a problem with that fucking shit. And to say that we need more strong women, no, that's the fucking problem. That's the fucking problem. That's the fucking problem. We need men in positions of power. You don't understand Caucasian supremacy. None of y'all brothers, none of y'all Negro males understand Caucasian supremacy. The reason why they give women more privileges and more rights than us men is because they're not a fucking threat. The reason why they have Kamala Harris being in a position of power that she's in, and Miss Walters, I don't know, I forgot her fucking name, her first name. And that Congresswoman Maxine Waters. The thing is, these women ain't. First of all, Kamala Harris is a swirler. She's married to a Caucasian male, so she can't help us. She already sold out. No. Let me say this. Let me tell you something. If a brother is married to a Caucasian woman, y'all say he lost his so-called black. He lost his black card. He ain't conscience. That's what y'all sisters say. If a so-called black man is successful and is married to a Caucasian woman, even if the bitch is making more money than he is, y'all say he lost his blackness. He has no black pride, such and such and such. So I'm gonna hold women who are married, so-called black women who are married to Caucasian males, the same fucking rule. If you're married to a Caucasian man, you're a fucking sellout. You're a fucking bedwench. But I don't give a damn how nice the Caucasian male is, because my thing is, anybody within the so-called black community, I can to a degree, I can give, if you're a so-called black man married to an Asian woman, Latina woman, specifically Mexican woman, and an Arab woman, a Middle Eastern woman, I can kind of tolerate that shit. Same with the women, but again, let me say that again. We catch hell, even if you got a brother married to an Asian woman, an Indian woman, a Middle Eastern woman, an Arab chick, a Latina woman. And I'm speaking specifically towards Mexican, even though these women, and I'm not talking about specifically Puerto Rican, because, you know, that and you might as well just say that they're just a so-called black woman who just speaks Spanish. Okay? But these other ethnic groups of color, they come from us and they got African ancestry. And brothers are still called fucking sellouts and coons and shit. We're called traitors, but so-called black, but you got sisters who, even if they date, let's say sisters, you got sisters who are, you know, with a Latino man, Mexican, specifically, you know, I'm not talking, even if you say a Puerto Rican male, if he's like an Afro Puerto Rican, okay, I really don't count that. He's just one of us and just speaks Spanish as a man. But if she's married to a Mexican dude, if she's married to an Asian man, an Indian man, Arab man, you know, they still, okay, well, they'll let it slide. But she's married to a Caucasian man, and you got more women, you got so-called black women specifically compared to so-called black men, so-called black women compared to so-called black men. Black women fuck with mostly Caucasian males. You know what I'm saying? Compared to brothers, more y'all chicks fuck and suck Caucasian men. When y'all step outside the community, y'all see Caucasian men, what you call white men, compared to brothers. And it's easier for y'all to do that shit. Nobody calls you out on your blackness. Nobody questions, nobody makes you go through a litmus test. Nobody does that. In the so-called black community, we don't question a sister's loyalty to the so-called black community. Even though Caucasian men run this country, and with Caucasian women, they run the country too in a different way. They're behind the scenes making Caucasian males pass these bullshit ass laws to keep black men in fucking check, to keep us oppressed and disenfranchised, and give the women some perks and shit. But meanwhile, when they take the man out of the equivalent within the community, within the black community, and they give women more perks and shit. Guess what? There ain't nobody gonna protect that bitch. Caucasian male ain't gonna protect a woman of color. No, I don't give a damn if you're so-called black, Asian, Latina. He ain't gonna save y'all. He's just using y'all for recreational pussy. So I need the side chick. Y'all nothing more than a side chick. So any of you swirling chicks, you swirling women of color out there, that's how it is. I spoke with Caucasian males. I went to school with them. I had locker room talk with these motherfuckers, and they told me some outrageous shit. No, I just sit back and observe, y'all. My thing is this: when a so-called black woman dates a Caucasian male or fucks and sucks his dick, and she lets this man eat her pussy. My thing is, it don't matter if the man is what, most of the time, my thing is, from my observation, most of the time, these Caucasian males are just average or below average or fucking broke. But sisters will give this dude a fucking pass and treat him like a fucking king. But if a brother is on point, got his shit together, she has no respect for dude. You ever notice that shit? If a brother is broken, maybe broken dusty, she treats him like shit anyway. Or middle class, or struggling. Middle class, in between. Treat him like shit. Caucasian males can be broke, worship like a fucking king, like a fucking god. Caucasian male's rich. Guess what? She respects him, but guess what? She ain't getting a piece of his fucking pie. She ain't getting his fucking wealth. Even in divorce, prenup. That bitch is gonna get her fucking prenup. Since he runs the system, no, she ain't gonna get no. I mean, you see women. I see single mothers with mixed kids, and they're okay with that shit. But they don't put Caucasian males on child support. I'm not saying they don't, but when their sister tries to, she gets death threats. She's harassed and threatened, and her life's in fucking danger by the Caucasian, by these other Caucasian people, which is the man's relatives, the mama, the auntie, the daddy, the uncle, all other relatives, even cousins, even the kids will threaten this black chick and terrorize her and her fucking family. That's why they're scared. And when they go to, even when a Caucasian male rapes a so-called black woman, you notice how most black women are afraid to come forward when they've been sexually harassed, sexually assaulted, and raped by a Caucasian male. You don't see sisters going. You don't see a so-called black women. You don't see Latina women. You don't see Asian women, Indian women, and Arab women. When a Caucasian male is sexually harassing them or fucking with them or assaulting them or even raping the fuck out of them, they're afraid to come forward too. But lo and behold, they have no problem lying on a so-called black man. They have no problem accusing a so-called black man of something, even if he crossed the line or not. My thing is, sisters, women in general, y'all let shit slide too much. Y'all lead a man on, and sometimes sometimes a man will make a mistake on taking it too far. But when he find out, hey, you're taking it too far, he stops most of the time, especially a brother, because we don't want to go to jail for that shit. We don't want to get in trouble for that shit. Especially when it's dealing with a Caucasian woman. Even when we deal with a so-called black woman, you still got bitches who will stab a brother in the fucking back. It's like, but so-called black women can fuck with Caucasian males and get a fucking pass. Pussy pass in the so-called black community. And y'all pro-black simps don't check the bitch. You so-called black so-called conscious black chicks like Cynthia G and China Fox. Y'all don't call these sisters out, call their sister. You don't call your sisters, you don't call them out on their fucking cooning on a consistent basis. Oh, essentially a G, every once in a while, she'll just make it look like it's respectable. But China Fox, I don't know her that well, but I've seen her rants. I heard of her in her rants and talking to other brothers in the Facebook groups. And I heard this bitch don't call sisters, and sisters like her don't call black women who fucking coon and swirl, and especially when these chicks got self-hate issues and being bedwenching, being fucking black feminist. She supports that shit. So these so-called black conscious sisters stand by so-called black feminists who are fucking coons. When so-called black women are fucking cooning, they're fine with that shit. When they're fucking swirling and being a fucking bedwench, they're fine with that shit. Being treated like a fucking side chick. And you got chicks from ghetto, you got some of these black chicks who are on fucking ghetto gaggers. But it's so-called black men's fault for the reason why they're willingly letting a Caucasian males disrespect them like that and degrade them inhumanely. I don't see Asian chicks doing that, even though in America, we know to a degree how sometimes they take their Caucasian male worshiping bullshit to an extreme, but not like sisters. I still see sisters as the worst. Mexican chicks, even if they take their Caucasian male worshiping bullshit, swirling activities too far, they still command respect. Them chicks will make that man respect them. The Caucasian man respect them. Any man respect them. Particularly, I'm saying those who swirl and coon. You know what I'm saying? But you don't see Latina chicks. You don't see Asian chicks, Indian chicks, Arab chicks on ghetto gaggers being degraded like that. You don't see that shit. You don't see brothers letting Caucasian chicks degrade them like that, pee on them, shit on them, stick objects in their fucking penis and beating the fuck out of them, making them gag and throw up and eating their own vomit and shit. You don't see that shit. Spitting in their fucking face, slapping them around. You don't see that shit. I'm sorry, sisters. Y'all the biggest traitors out there. Y'all the biggest sellouts and coons out there. I took a picture of a sister. I was in Walmart getting my prescription for my medicine. I noticed this chick at the pharmacy having a blonde weave and it don't even fucking look right. Y'all know what I'm talking about, those who saw it. And I'm getting trolled by these so-called black women who claim to be fucking conscious and they say there's nothing wrong. She should wear whatever the fuck she want to wear. Okay, if you want to wear what the fuck you want to wear, okay, you can wear whatever the hell you want to wear. But if I don't like it and I don't want to fuck with you because of that, respect my decision. If a dude says no, you respect that. No means no. Come on, let's be real, fellas. When a woman says no, when it comes to asking her out or want to have sex with her that day and night, We respect that shit. You gotta respect that shit. But with women, oh, when a man tells her, no, I don't want to fucking go out with you. No, we ain't. I don't want to have sex with you. Oh, sisters will press. Women in general will press, but not like sisters. Women cannot take no for a fucking answer. Oh, they will rape the dude. They will shame the dude. They will emasculate him, disrespectful, get in an argument, get in a fight with the dude, beat his ass and fucking murder a man because the dude turned her. The dude just said no and said, I don't want to go out with you. No, I don't want to fuck you. No, I don't want to eat your pussy. No, I don't want you. No, I don't want to blow a job from you today. There's men who don't want to have sex. Y'all think because y'all been brainwashed women because we're men that we want to just fuck everything in sight. That's not no. That's not the reality. But when a man turns a woman down, all hell breaks loose. But when a woman turns down a guy, even if she's, it's just saying, hey, no, I'm not interested. No, I got somebody. No, I'm seeing someone. No, I'm not ready. I'm not focused on that right now. We respect that shit. Most of us. But most of y'all women are nasty as hell when it comes to turning a dude down. You're rude, you're mean, you're nasty, disrespectful, condescending. Y'all take pleasure in hurting a man's feelings, conning him. Even if the dude accepts when the dude gives his sexual advance, and she says no, the woman says no. Well, okay, we like, then the dude still gets clowned for not persisting and overstepping her fucking boundaries. You can't win with these fucking chicks, y'all. You cannot fucking win with these fucking chicks. And it fucking pisses me the fuck off. I'm burning up in here on this bullshit. About this bullshit. Let me roll down the window. It's fucking ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous of these fucking double standards. Strong women cannot lead a fucking village. Strong women cannot lead the community. Strong women are not gonna help us win this revolution. We cannot beat Caucasian supremacy. We cannot eradicate racism by women running shit within the so-called black community. We can't clap back and combat racism when women are in charge. So-called black women have been running the ship. They've been driving the damn car for far too long. Black women have been running the community to the fucking ground for the last 60 years, but she's not at fault. No, you are at fault because you're the matriarch. I don't care if you ask for it. You sound like these racist Caucasian motherfuckers, these Caucasian supremacists, male and females, talking about I had nothing to do with slavery. Oh, it's in the fucking past. Y'all, that's what y'all sound like. It's crazy. Oh, she got pretty feet. But my thing is, y'all sisters, y'all women have been running the so-called black community, have been in charge, and everybody has failed. Y'all talk about y'all more educated, so in college. My question to y'all women is this: what have you built? What have you created? What job? The first millionaire was a so-called black woman, people. Not the man, a black woman. A so-called black woman was the first millionaire, the first wealthy woman in America, worldwide. Not the so-called black man. You got rich so-called black women, got millions of dollars, but they don't use shit for the black community. Oh, they're living out in so-called white suburbia. And guess what? Damn well they're bedwetching and swirling and cooning for Caucasian folks. And they're doing everything to please the Caucasian male, which they call his fucking massa. Y'all, if you look up to like Oprah Winfrey and many of these race traders, females, these Aunt Jemimas, these Aunt Tomasitas, these bedwench bitches, your Sage Steels of the world, all they do is suck up to Caucasian males. They talk about how much they hate the Caucasian woman, but they want to be like the Caucasian woman, and they want to be girlfriends and sister with the Caucasian woman. Talk about women. Let's march. Let's fight for women's rights. No, bitch. No, you black bitch. How about you sit your fucking ass down and fight for so-called black rights and be black first? How about you defend? How about you're so fucking strong, so fucking strong? How about you defend the so-called black men and children out here? How about you defend the community? How about you contribute? Why don't you take your wealth and work with these other accomplished, strong black women? Why don't y'all put together some businesses? And I'm not talking about beauty. I'm not talking about hair care and all that shit. I'm gonna be right back. I'm back, people. I just gotta say this. If the so-called black woman is the most educated woman in America, tell me what businesses have she built? And I'm talking about businesses of owning nonprofits, having our own law firms, having our own police departments, our own military base. Yeah, and strength and you being a strong black woman, I should see more black female cops out here. And y'all should be in the front lines of the fucking military. But let's stick on the education subject. Y'all should have an all women's. You should have an all black hospital, all so-called black hospital, where so-called black women are running the hospital, running the healthcare industry, and you're hiring your men and your women and your children as well when they become of age legal to work. You know what I'm saying? I should see so-called black women owning car dealerships and owning the manufacturing of the cars. You know what I'm saying? We don't even have our own car company. You know what I'm saying? I should see so-called black female firefighters, these great scientists, black women kicking butt and scientists. It shouldn't be a select few. It should be like 90%. I'm dead ass serious. Y'all don't control, you black women don't control the banks. Y'all should be kicking ass in the banks because y'all are obsessed over money. Y'all should, all the materialistic items you buy, y'all should be owning and controlling these stores and these department stores. That's not happening like that. All y'all most of you women are focused on hair and lipstick and makeup and feminine stuff. But every women of other ethnicities do that shit. They may do that shit, but they do other stuff. I should see y'all be owning the hotel industry, the traveling industry, your own airplanes. I mean, y'all should be building and creating stuff as from the ground up without the help of men. Everything that you so-called black women have has been invented by men. Specifically, I'm talking about men of color, black men. But you don't know about that because most of y'all don't know your history. A so-called black man was actually created. You know the light bulb that y'all use. Thomas Edison. Let me say. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's Thomas Edison, but y'all, we've been programmed to believe a Caucasian male invented the light bulb. But nobody talks about the so-called black man invented the stuff in the light bulb to make it light up and keep going. The so-called black man was the one who performed a successful open heart surgery, not the so-called black woman. I'm not trying to put nobody down. I'm not trying to put women down. I'm just saying, be humble. No, acknowledge what men have done. Stop taking all the credit and be dismissive of your men and throwing them underneath the bus just to get accepted by Caucasian folks. You so-called black women don't own nothing, don't control nothing. I mean, the beauty supply stores should be owned by y'all, and the majority of y'all, and it should embrace natural of Africanness, natural hair and all that stuff, clothing and all that. You know, it shouldn't be about the Koreans should not be selling, and some of the Chinese should not be selling perms and weaves and all that shit, making billions of dollars. Off of y'all, and they treat you like crap. I seen how they treat y'all. And out in Charlotte, North Carolina, you had a so-called black woman being body slammed by an Asian guy, and these Caucasian women did not march with y'all, did not protest And most of y'all women did not boycott that establishment. You had to rely on so-called black men to help you out, but yet you continue just to do business with the Asians. I mean, I can stand buying Chinese food, but my thing is, y'all patronize these people who have colorism issues, who are color struck and have self-hate issues, but they would never do that to a Caucasian female. They would never do that. You know, they would never do that to their own people. Those motherfuckers, a man putting his hands on a woman within their community, that dude will be checked. That tells you your life as a woman does not fucking matter. Okay? Y'all don't own nothing and control anything, just like so-called black men. At least when brothers try to control something, we get denied. We get denied. Systematic and institutional racism. But the reason why they give y'all certain things and let y'all go to school, and my thing is, just because you go to school and get an education, which is a miseducation, get a degree, that does not equate intelligence. I'm arguing with people right now because over a photo of a so-called black chick having a blonde weave looking like a Caucasian chick with the fake eyelashes and all that shit and the arched eyebrows. Y'all say y'all can do whatever the hell you want. Okay, then don't blame us for the reason why. Don't blame brothers for the reason why, oh, we have to wear weaves, we have to dress like this so the Caucasian man and woman can accept us. But you blame brothers, oh, y'all don't have a beauty standard. Then when we say embrace your natural hair and your natural Africanness and be proud of your African features, oh, we like dark-skinned chicks. I know you notice when I say that stuff, but the minute we say that, oh, y'all try to assimilate and try to look like Caucasian folks, like Caucasian chicks. And then you blame us for the beauty standard. It don't make no sense. Then you'll say, well, I got to get a job. I got to work for you. Then I said, how about you and I come together and we create our own job and actually, matter of fact, our own career, and let's hire our own people. Y'all don't want to work with a brother, but y'all work with the man. Y'all rather work for somebody else than build your own stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad. It's crazy that y'all sisters blame so-called black men for the beauty standard when we don't even operate and control it. Y'all actually control. Y'all can actually have say-so and leverage to get that point across, bring that awareness out there, but you choose not to do it. Y'all hate on, if a dark-skinned chick is prettier than a light-skinned chick, y'all hate on that dark-skinned sister. It's crazy. Same with a brown-skinned chick. She gets treated like a dark-skinned chick. So I just don't understand, man. I mean, y'all women don't own and control goddamn thing. Y'all strong and independent, but if that was the case, then y'all women should be, then my thing is, if that was the case, we would be extinct. If so-called black women carried the so-called black man and children through slavery, we'd be fucking extinct. Actually, it was Harriet Tubman. That is actually not real. People are going to get mad at me for saying this. It was actually a so-called black man who led to try to free the slaves and go up north and some of y'all went out west to lead the plantations in the South. Y'all don't know your history like that, but some of y'all choose to know history when it has a feminist narrative to it. The so-called black man, y'all say the so-called black man did not protect the black woman, which is a fucking lie. We had a lot of brothers who got killed trying to protect sisters and their children and other people's children and other women. But we don't get no credit for that because we didn't kill this lynch mob where these lynch mobs will go, these Caucasian males would go into the so-called black community that was segregated at the time, and it was just still is. Then break into the so-called black family's house and hold a man up on gunpoint, tie him up, got him all strapped and stuff, and chained, and he's forced to watch his wife and his mother and his sister, girlfriend, fuck buddy, he's forced to watch her get raped, daughter get raped. And if he says something, then we be terrorized and the town will burn the fuck down because we don't stick together as a collective to push back on this and to defend ourselves from Caucasian supremacy. I mean, y'all sisters, y'all so damn strong. How come y'all, when it comes to criticism if anything, when it comes from a man, particularly a so-called black man, if a Caucasian male criticizes you, you're kind of okay, and you try to change up, and so you don't be criticized. When it comes to criticism, constructive criticism, y'all get in your feelings. Y'all take it like we're trying to insult you and put you down. Everybody else can criticize you, and actually they don't criticize you, they insult you, but you take it on the fucking chin with a smile. And these motherfuckers, and the Caucasian male don't give a fuck about you. The Caucasian female ain't your fucking homegirl. You know, when I looked at that Kamala Harris, you know, that clip where she was questioning the politician, the military head general, and I don't know what the hell you call it, when she was confronting those people within the politics and the military and part of the authorities, and how these Caucasian males were rude to her, and she was disrespected. My thing was, and my thing was, and she called a man a misogynist. No, I would have called him a racist. No, you are discriminated against and disrespected and put down because you're supposed to be a yes and step and fetch mammy to the Caucasian establishment of Caucasian supremacy. That's what you work for, Kamala Harris. Now, I mean, you got pretty feet, but okay. But that's the only thing I would suck your toes for. But my experience with dealing with light-skinned chicks, y'all very nasty, rude, and stuck up and arrogant and mean and nasty as hell, and y'all coon and y'all bedwench. You know, you talk about dark-skinned sisters being bedwenches and trying to have mixed babies and lighten their genes. But from my experience, light-skinned people, light-skinned so-called black people, try to assimilate, try to fit in, and then some of them can pass and try to be accepted by Caucasians. Y'all play both sides sometimes, especially mixed chicks, so-called half and black and so-called black and half white. And even if the so-called black person is like a Tiger Woods mixed with Asian blood, you know, and all, you know, and other ethnicities. Y'all try to assimilate and try to blend in because you think your skin is a little lighter and your hair is a little straighter, especially the chicks. I remember when on the Real World, New Orleans, when that so-called half black Filipino chick was talking about she was so down for black people and black pride, but she criticized that brother David. Yeah, I actually remembered, ironically, and she criticized him for not being down with the community and all that stuff. But this bitch fucked with nothing but no good ass dudes, fuck with thugs, bad boys, drug dealers, are dudes that didn't do nothing, or dudes who are very feminine, dudes who are on the down low. And she justified, oh, this is why I date Caucasian males, is because y'all niggas don't have your shit together. No, bitch, because when you have bitch, when y'all women online, y'all take the worst of the men in your community and make them, and you put them as the, I don't know how you say this in words. You black women date the worst of the males. You date the worst versions, the worst type of males. But you ignore these good men. But you want to fuck with these losers, these bad boys, these thugs, these ballers, or some of y'all chicks, older dudes who try to be all like they're all street and tough and all that stuff. Or you chase money, or you practice your hypergamy, messing with older dudes. Then the minute you become of age, and the minute you get your wake up call, now you want the nice guy. After you got STDs and venereal diseases, or you got multiple kids from different dudes, or just children from a previous relationship. Now you want that nice guy, that nice so-called good black man to save you and take care of you and your kids that's not biologically his. That's fucking wrong. Because if men play that shit and had kids from a previous relationship with a different woman, y'all would not want to be stepmom. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Now back on the subject, when Melissa Beck, you know, talked all that shit, talked about how niggas ain't shit and all that stuff. The reason why she's with Caucasian males. So basically, you talked all this so-called black pride shit. You hated David because actually the reason why you treated David like shit is because you mad because he wasn't trying to holler at you. He wasn't trying to fuck you. He wasn't trying to pursue you. And that's what women do. But if David would have bit and tried to holler at her, try to talk to her, that bitch would have been, fuck you, nigga. I don't date you. You're lame. You know what I'm saying? Women is like, you don't want a man, but you want the man's attention, and you want him to pursue you and fuck you. Then they stalk you, and then actually in some cases, then they rape your ass. And that don't make no sense to me. So you fuck with ain't shit niggas, but you see these good brothers out here who ain't the negative stereotype, who actually the antithesis, who actually trying to do good, do right, make good decisions and about their business. Don't play around. You don't want them guys because they're boring or because they don't try to pay you. They don't spend their time and money and resources and emotions chasing your pathetic, no good ass. What your worthless bleeding ass. That's how I say it. That's how I see it. You're mad because dudes ain't trying to pursue you because you women got this attitude. Oh, a man's supposed to approach me. My thing is, it don't matter who approaches who. It don't matter who asks out who. Okay? If you like somebody, you need to let that person know. You need to let that person know. Women, if you like a man, you just go up and say, hey, I like you. Hey, I'm interested in you. Hey, I like to get to know you. What's your name? This is my name is such and such. What's so hard about that? And having a conversation to find out who this dude is, what's he about, and are you compatible with him? And getting to know him. What is so hard about that? No, you women want men to do all the goddamn work and beg and plead and try to convince you, try to persuade you. Dude gotta act like, oh, because this bitch got baggage, I gotta act like I'm the good man and tell her what she wanna hear and gotta prove to her that I'm not like these other dudes that she was fooling with. Fuck that shit. I don't got time for that shit. No real man who got something going for himself, even if he's a failure, even if he's successful or trying to get successful, struggling, I'm struggling trying to get to where I'm at. Ain't got time for that type of bullshit. So this bitch fucking with, just like a lot of these Negro females fucking with no good ass dudes, or just swearing with worthless ass Caucasian males or elitist racist Caucasian males who are spoiled rotten. Now all of a sudden when they get burnt from swirling or messing with Ray Ray and Pookie, now they want the good brother. No, fuck that. Pick the good brother first. Oh, but y'all say, oh, he ain't a freak. Oh, he don't make me come and all that shit. No, why don't you tell the dude how you like to be fucked? Talk to him about sex, foreplay, and all that stuff. Let's have an honest conversation about this, people. If he likes somebody, because I have no problem admitting what I like in a woman, but I get roasted and I get shamed and I'm called nasty because I like women's feet and I like sucking toes and licking feet and all that stuff that I like to do with women, with their feet. So, and kissing and smelling them and all that stuff. You get the picture. But I'm called a freak and I'm called nasty. But meanwhile, you got bitches who will lick a man's asshole. You got bitches who will do all types of nasty shit. Let a man pee on them. But I'm called nasty. Go for a man who got a foot fetish and loves women's feet is called nasty. I don't fucking get it. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. And you got women like Kamala Harris, and who are considered strong, and Maxine Waters considered strong. I don't really like them. I don't have respect for them, and I don't like them like that. Because my thing is this: if you're fighting for women's issues and you're a feminist, you ain't down with the so-called black community. You're a fucking salad. You're a fucking traitor. Just like these so-called fake-ass conscious sisters who are really black feminists in disguise. You're a fucking coon, and you're a fucking Negro peon, and you're a fucking Bedouin type of bitch. You understand? You are obviously a man-hater. You are anti-black male. You're an anti-black man and anti-children, and you are anti-boys. You are a sexist bigot. We don't talk about the Gynocentricism and the misandry and feminism that has destroyed the so-called black community, more so than Caucasian supremacy, because Gynocentricism in the so-called black community, homosexuality, misandry, hatred towards straight black men, and hatred towards family and anti-family and supporting Caucasian supremacy of being a feminist and having that kumbaya mindset is dangerous to the so-called black community. Not wanting to support your own people and be with your own people and practice group economics. And saying, oh, that's racist to support your own people. It's racist that y'all say we should stick together. You are a fucking idiot because every other group sticks together and stands by each other, right or wrong. You understand what I'm saying? That is not racist to be fucking tribal. Look up the damn definition. Hell, you can even look up the definition, the watered down version, the watered down Caucasian liberal narrative of being a racist definition. Racism is about Racism, I've said, I'm going to say it like this. Racism is about bigotry, is about having power, wealth, privilege over other groups of people. Racism is discrimination. It's about unfair treatment, treating somebody less than human. Historically, from the past to the present and the future, fucking people over, oppressing them, subjugating them, disenfranchising them, terrorizing them, being cruel. Raping and pillaging other groups of people in their communities, in their fucking original nations, of their native lands, killing off the indigenous people, genocide, enslaving people, Jim Crow. Did we ever practice Jim Crow on Caucasian people? Did we ever lynch and kill Caucasian people? Did you see brothers running around raping Caucasian chicks and getting off for it? Burning down towns and homes and shit, neighborhoods, burning people alive, castrating them, mutilating their bodies, stealing wealth and stealing resources, taking credit for adventures and discoveries that they didn't do, plagiarizing the hard work and getting free labor from other people. Specifically, Caucasian people have gotten free slave labor from so-called black people and stolen our ideas and inventions and made money off it, billions of dollars. We built these 500 companies, and we built this fucking country. We actually built fucking Europe. We actually built the fucking world, but we don't get no credit for it. My phone is about to die, so I'm going to say it like this. Feminism, misandry, gynocentrism, and women being placed on the pedestal, and having a matriarchal society within the so-called black community is the reason why we're fucking losing to Caucasian supremacy. I'll say that one more goddamn time. When you have a community such as the so-called black community that's a matriarchy that supports feminism, misandry, gynocentrism, believes in women being privileged over their own fucking men, is anti-family, then that's why the community is a fucking failure. That's why we as a fucking ethnicity is a fucking laughing stock of the world, and we're a fucking failure. You know what I'm saying? When you have women who are in positions of power, we're gonna lose. When you have women in head positions of power and they're the overseers and the overlords of the fucking community, we're gonna fucking lose to a patriarchal community, which is Caucasian supremacy. Caucasian supremacy is patriarchal, oligarchy, autocracy. But it's patriarchal. That means the men are the head. You have in the so-called black community, and even worldwide, of many African people, of the African diaspora, where it's very matriarchal, and that's why we're getting our asses whooped, and that's why we're losing to Caucasian supremacy, and this is why other groups of other ethnic people are fucking us in the ass too. You understand? That's all. That's all I gotta say. When you have a matriarchy in any community, when you have a group of people who they believe in matriarchy and gynocentrism, and they defend homosexuality and protect and they're about falling for the illusion of the inclusion of other groups that don't give a fuck about them, and they pander to other people instead of taking care of their own, then that's why you got the so-called black community the way it is, and that's why we're at the bottom of the fucking totem pole, and that's why we're losing. Stop supporting you so-called conscious Negroes out there. Stop supporting gynocentrism. Stop supporting misandry, and stop supporting female privilege. Stop allowing women to be in positions of power and lead the fucking revolution. We're not gonna fucking win. Okay? Stop saying strong women. We need strong men. But the women don't want strong men because they will have to stand the fuck down and actually follow and let us lead them to prosperity. But they don't want to. They want to keep their power in fucking privilege. And actually, if you women are about winning and about the revolution, you will actually sacrifice for the betterment of the team and let the man drive the damn car, drive the goddamn ship, be the fucking pilot, and let us get to where we gotta go to. Stop being selfish, women. Wake up. I'm out. Peace. I just want to say this. To you women out there, what is a strong woman? When I hear women, I'm speaking to women of color, what is a strong woman to you? Define that shit. Because I can tell you that men are supposed to be strong, and y'all can say, well, it's not about physical, no, about emotional, blah, 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 blah. No, most people stop trying to change the definition to where it benefits your argument. I'm tired of people, specifically women, specifically so-called black women, changing the definitions of words to suit them when it benefits them, when it's convenient for them. Stop that shit. Follow the original definition of a word. Strong. We're talking about somebody who, if you can pick up 450 pounds, a 450 pound person, to you women out there, without no help, then okay, you're strong. Okay? If you can build buildings, if you can put your life on the line and be able to survive without getting injured, that's strong, that's gutsy. Okay, that's being bold. Stand up for yourself. You being emotional, yelling and cursing, screaming at the top of your lungs, name calling, ad hominem attacks, being rude, mean, disrespectful, completely have a nasty attitude and a disrespectful disposition towards men. Being misandric is not strength. That's just stupidity. That's just being ignorant and dumb, and you have no class and no respect for yourself. A lot of you women talk about you're strong. If you're strong, you would not be laying up with Ray and Pookies. You would not be fucking with thugs, bad boys. You would not be chasing men with money. You wouldn't practice hypergamy. You wouldn't be all obsessed with looks, talking about, oh, I gotta have the best genes. Don't talk about some eugenics dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Stop that shit, okay? Y'all, that's not being strong. You want to talk about a man need to do this for you, but you're strong. You said you're strong and independent, and you're so educated. When it comes to critical thinking, y'all women are not built for that. Y'all can't think critically. And now when I say think critically, think critical, think for yourself, y'all can't do that. Y'all take things based on face value, based on a person that you deem has status and money and looks good. Y'all don't question things. Y'all just go along to get along with certain people, even if they treat you like crap. That's not strength. A lot of you women cannot control your crotches, your vaginas. Your vagina gets moist for the wrong type of dude that you know ain't no damn good. It ain't good for you. You being argumentative, being rude, mean, nasty, and disrespecting men, being a man hater is not strong. A strong person. We're talking about physical, not just physical. We're talking about physical, mental, and emotional strength and psychological strength. Being able to resist temptations. Don't mess with stuff that's not good for you. But how many people do that? How many women do that? How many women are able to resist them urges to mess with Ray and Pookie? How many women are able to resist peer pressure and not give not give a fuck about what other people think about them, based on whatever they want to do? How many women are able to think for themselves and be who they are proudly, and don't want to fit in with the in crowd? To me, I'm pointing out what makes a person strong. To me, more so. Most of you women have not built shit. You don't do manual labor. Y'all refuse to do that. Y'all want to be cushy and you want to be coddled and you want to be treated like spoiled ass children. That's not strength. You want to be argumentative and combative and rude and disrespectful and just talk shit. That's not being strong. You want to jump in a man's face, and then when you get the taste snapped out of you, when you jump in a man's face, talk shit, verbally abuse him, and then all of a sudden you get knocked out. All of a sudden you want to talk about you're strong. No, you're not. You got knocked the fuck out. You put your hands on a man. My thing is that you don't provoke people who you perceive to be emotionally unstable. And I don't know why you keep fooling with dudes who are emotionally unstable. and are negative. But you call me negative for speaking truth. That don't make no sense to me. We have to understand this. You know, you get in the man's face, then you want to fight a man, and then all of a sudden you lose the fight. Then you want to cry, I'm a woman, and you want the woman card, and you want to cry, damsel in distress. But 2 minutes ago you were talking about I am woman, hear me crawl. Now you want I am woman, hear me roar. Now you're saying I am woman, hear me cry, and cry damsel in distress, and you want your privileges back as a woman. You can't have it both ways. You can't say I want equal pay, I want to be treated as a man's equal, I want to be like one of the guys, and then bitch about you being treated like one of the guys, and you have to pull your own weight and bring something to the table, and you got to do men stuff when it comes to, and then you got to be responsible and accountable for your actions. You can't say you're a strong person, but you are oversensitive and get in your feelings, and your feelings are easily hurt because somebody criticized you. I'm going to say it like this, a strong person is there through thick and thin. So that means when a man falls down hard times, you have his back. When a man's accused of something he did not do, and even if he did it, you deal with it privately with him and the family. You don't throw him underneath the bus. When a man loses his job, business, and falls on hard times, you stick with that dude thick and thin. As long as you're both working together and communicating and everybody's on the same page, you stick with him. You don't throw him underneath the bus and take his kids away, then demand child support. That ain't being strong. That's being fucking weak. That's being a pussy-ass, dumbass bitch. I demand alimony and child support. I'm entitled to shit. I'm entitled to this. I'm going to take the kids and use it as fucking ransom. That's wrong as hell. If you are strong, you will have a moral code of what's right and what's wrong. What is right versus what's wrong. What is right? You'll have a moral principle, moral code of what's right, a moral compass of what's right and what's wrong. Okay? Strong people don't get easily oversensitive. When someone says something they don't like, they don't flip off and go off the deep end and talk crazy. Strong people are not emotionally unstable, and most of you women are emotionally unstable. Strong people, even though people have issues and stuff, men know how to contain it. Women can't do that. For some reason, women can't do that and choose not to do it. You women talk about you strong, you're leading this and doing that, but how has the black community benefited off your strength? My thing is you would take responsibility for the so-called black community being a failure. But you're going to conveniently blame the so-called black man. You're going to blame racism. You're going to blame the Caucasian female. But then at the last resort, while you caping for the Caucasian male protecting your master, then you're going to throw the Caucasian male underneath the bus. So you don't take no blame of nothing. So it's everybody's fault but yours. Even though, like I said, you were the driver, you were driving your car. Your driving skills, obviously a lot of women's driving skills ain't up to par. I almost got in a car accident today on the highway. Now I'm signaling going to my next lane. This bitch comes out of nowhere, speeds up, and tries to try to beat me to that lane, to the right lane, without signaling, and then beeps me. Crazy. Okay? That's why we say hoes ain't loyal. Bitches, women, you ain't loyal. And a lot of you women ain't loyal. A lot of so-called black women have never been loyal to the so-called black community. And I have to say it like that. For the last 50, y'all the ones who chose welfare over the so-called black family. Chose the public assistance, social programs. Y'all chose to be welfare queens. Welfare queens. Welfare queens. Y'all chose feminism and career over family. When you could have did that when you had the family established, when we could have got our revolution started. Instead of being black first, you chose to be with Caucasian women that you fucking hate, but you're the same female who hates it when a brother dates a Caucasian woman. Okay, it's crazy. But you want to look like them and be like them. You want to do what they do, but you don't want to be responsible. At least a Caucasian male holds a Caucasian woman responsible for what she does and will shame her for it. That's why she acts right. But we can't do that. You can't be shamed and checked. Nobody can check you. You're the one who threw brothers underneath the bus during the late 70s and 80s on the talk shows, and in the 90s talk about niggas ain't shit when it was you ain't shit. You made poor choices. You should have took personal responsibility. You chose to break up your family because you couldn't have your way. When a man said do this and do that, you talking about you're oppressed. But meanwhile, he's busting his ass. So that tells me he's oppressed and suffering and got to bite his tongue and deal with bullshit on the job. And he got to deal with bullshit with dealing with working with other people when it comes to having his own business. But you laying up in there in the house all cushy and comfortable, bitching. But you want more. But you so smart, but you make poor decisions and poor choices. You haven't built anything and created anything. And I don't want to try to sound redundant, but I'm just saying it's fucking absurd that women take credit for something that they don't have. Women try to portray this narrative, like the so-called black woman talk about she's Superwoman and Wonder Woman, but meanwhile it's the man kicking ass and making it easier for her to do certain things. Men have invented a lot of stuff, created a lot of stuff, made discoveries. I mean, you women talk about you don't need a man, but you're using but that cell phone you're using is built by a man. That car you're driving is built by a man. That home you're living is built by a man. You be able to live in a neighborhood where y'all are afforded subsidized housing, public housing. That was a man gave that to you. A man gave you your rights, gave you your rights and freedoms and your privileges. Men had to fight and die for their rights. You cried and bitched for it. So all I'm saying, women, just think about what I'm saying. Y'all ain't strong. Until you are accountable, until you have critical thinking skills, and you're not strong nor intelligent. No, you're not perfect. Until you're accountable and responsible for what you do, have critical thinking skills, common sense, respect, and treat people the way you want to be treated and lead by example and be decisive and take charge of your life and stop blaming other people for your shortcomings and failures. It's okay for you to do that, but men can't, even though men have many circumstances that are out of their control. You know what I'm saying? But you're shielded from that. Okay? But I just wanted to put that out there. Women, y'all need to see, ever since y'all took the lead, and y'all choose to take the lead role when it benefits you, now all of a sudden, you want men to be responsible, but you don't respect male leadership. You want patriarchy, but you want everything to be a matriarchy where you're running shit, but the men do all the dirty work and being a fucking slave. The only time you want a man to be a leader when it comes to responsibility and doing the dirty work for you. And you reap the benefits of his struggle and the fruits of his labor. But when it comes to, and you want him to be responsible, but you want to do whatever the hell you want to do and call the shots and be the boss and take all the credit when you was a non-motherfucking factor in the accomplishments of whatever happened. And the people, and whatever happened, the success a person has had an advances that they made in their life, just because you were riding along with him, and just because your child did good, that doesn't mean you get all the credit. You want men to do it all and sacrifice their lives and do all this and do all that, do the dirty work and be responsible, but you want to be the head and call the shots and make all the decisions. And then when things go good, things go well, you want all the credit. But when things go bad under your watch, oh, it's not your fault. Can't have it like that. A strong person will take the blame for the good and the bad. Just something you should think about. I'm out. Peace.